Pam is getting absolutely slammed. Welcome to episode 1 of my Stardew Valley Pointless Speedrun series. We're putting a target on Pam, the local bus driver. The point of today's speedrun is to get her drunk as fast as possible. To complete this challenge, we must complete Pam's thirsty quest, which includes collecting and supplying her with a pale ale. This episode is a roller coaster, so get ready for a bumpy ride. So what does it take to get pale ale? You drop hops into a cake, and after 2 days, you get a fruity, full-bodied ale. All you need to do is reach level 8 of the farming skill to craft a cake. That sounds simple enough, but as you'll see later in the video, it's more complicated than you might think. On day 1, I planted my parsnip seeds and went straight to bed. I spent day 2, 3, and 4 relaxing and watering my parsnips at my farm. This is boring but necessary and highly effective for now. Day 5 was when everything started going downhill. I watered my parsnips for the day and traveled to the mines. You might be asking, why would I go to the mines when I'm supposed to be focusing on farming experience? I knew that sprinklers would save me from manually watering my crops, but I needed valuable resources to craft them. I headed straight into the caverns to collect quartz, stone, coal, and copper, the materials needed for sprinklers. Unfortunately, since I didn't want to make a chest, I had also run out of space in my inventory, so something had to go. I looked through all of my items and eventually found my weapon. I don't need it. What would I need a weapon for? I threw it away thinking that nothing terrible could happen. This was my first mistake. I descended deeper into the mines. As I approached floor 9, a large infestation of slimes suddenly surrounded me. I realized at that moment that I stupidly threw away my weapon, the only thing that could have saved me. Instead of resetting the run, I decided to go to Pierre's general store and buy kale seeds. Kale is one of the best early game experience crops. I knew that to complete this challenge, growing it needed to be my priority. I crafted a much needed furnace on day 6 and watered that experience-rich kale. Day 7, 8, 9, and 10 were very similar. I focused on watering my kale, but I figured I should have gone to the mines. On day 11, my kale was ready for harvesting, and I dropped off my fresh vegetables in the shipping bin. It was time to journey back into the mines for a second chance at collecting resources. Hi there, Mr. Stone Owl. Maybe luck is on my side again. The journey into the mines was going to be better this time. I discovered decent forageable items and collected more copper, coal, and quartz. I continued to dodge past enemies with a breeze. As I went further into the mines, I found my energy was running out fast. I scrambled to search for more items and another weapon. I had yet to get something new after I tossed out the last one. Suddenly, a horde of enemies surrounded me once again. I thought these are the weakest creatures in the game. Why am I losing to them? Even while missing a weapon, I should be fine. The problem was that I used up all my energy items to get to this point. Without replenishing my energy, there was little chance of surviving on this level. The only thing I could do was keep mining. I had to take a risk to keep living and continue this speedrun. Just as I had planned, I passed out. I awoke safely in my bed on day 12 with all of my items. My mining adventure wasn't a complete failure, but I had more work to accomplish. I crafted my second furnace, cooked up copper, and refined quartz on day 12. At this rate, I could finally make sprinklers. Marnie rudely interrupted me to give me a cat I didn't want. Of course, I still took in the cat because how could I say no to a cute little precious kitty? It was at this point that I looked at the speedrun timer. I was already 18 minutes into the speedrun. Not great. I checked out my levels. After 12 days and almost halfway through the season, I was still on farming level 1. My progress for this run was looking rough. Not giving up yet, I ran to the general store to buy some more kale. Sadly, I was too early. The store opened at 9 AM. I needed kale, and he was the only one who sold it. I could be spending my time on something much less pointless. How is getting a single pale ale so challenging? I'm wasting my time. That's it. I quit. No, I can't give up on episode 1. I'm going to finish this speedrun. I required a new and original strategy for my third run. I vowed Pam would eventually get her pale ale, no matter how long it took. There was one element I had never considered in my previous runs: the traveling merchant. On a random chance, the traveling merchant sells pale ale. Risky business, but I had no other options. On the first day of the new run, I planted my parsnips and cleared up some rocks, fiber, and wood. Anything I found would be traded for gold, as I needed over 1,000 extra gold to buy whatever I needed from the merchant. On day 2, I watered the parsnips and continued to clear up debris on the farm. On day 3, I immediately slept because it always rains on the third day. On day 4, as usual, I watered my parsnips. Day 5, I harvested the parsnips and dropped everything into the shipping bin. I raced to the traveling merchant to check if she had a pale ale for sale. Upon seeing nothing important, I returned home and slept. After 25 minutes on my timer, I decided to stop the run and reset it. Since the chance of her having a pale ale is random, there's no way to know if she will ever sell it on a particular day. It was apparent that it would take many tries to have a chance of finding pale ale. The beginning of these runs were all the same: plant parsnips, water the parsnips, sell my stuff, and get enough money to purchase Pam's drink if it ever appeared in the merchant's stock. On the 7th day of spring, on my 3rd attempt, I checked the merchant's stock. Miraculously, a pale ale. Finally, I could complete the challenge. Well, not quite. Somehow, I didn't see the pale ale and left that day without buying anything. If I had paid attention and bought that pale ale on my 2nd attempt, I would have completed the run with an incredible time. The moral of the story: pay attention to your game and don't be a dumbass like myself. On the 14th day of summer, I ran to the Cindersap forest after leaving empty-handed over 100 times before. I found a merchant waiting for me. I checked her stock and spotted my prize, the pale ale, on sale at 1,500 gold. Coincidentally, the 14th day of summer is the same day Pam's thirsty quest becomes available, so the merchant's timing is impeccable. I made my way to Pam's trailer to finish the speedrun. Like every other villager in this town, I had to wait until 9 AM for her to wake up. After 24 minutes and 8 seconds in the 15th try, I gave Pam her pale ale and got her drunk. Mission accomplished. That's the first episode of pointless Stardew Valley speedruns. I may have decided to get Pam drunk today, but the next time, it's your choice. It's up to you to pick my future speedruns. Drop your ideas in the comments below. Check here for the 2nd episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.